Hello there. Just as our esteemed Chancellor Rachel Reeves plots to extend her hand deeper into taxpayers' pockets, along comes a new law to allow civil servants to spy on your bank accounts without a warrant. So more Big Brother, or in the super woke times, should I be saying more Big Sibling? Anyway, there's a new law developing in Parliament to give mid-ranking civil servants the power to monitor people's bank accounts for fraud without a warrant and extract money from an account if they deem too little tax has been paid by the account owner. So bypassing the human rights of the citizen, it seems. But big question, will they be brave enough to monitor the accounts of those who are suspected groomers and who sell on their services? In fact, will such a process be bound by the limits of the civil service so-called progressive woke diversity requirements? The thought process that we can't possibly monitor this person's bank account because that would be racist or phobic. And on the face of this bill it has the statement that Baroness Sherlock has made the following statement under Section 19(1)(a) of the Human Rights Act 1998. In my view, the provisions of the Public Authorities Fraud, Error and Recovery Bill are compatible with the Convention rights. More proof that this government believes that all the money in the UK is theirs to control and spend as they wish. Private ownership does not exist as far as they're concerned. It's not a situation of you will own nothing and be happy, but now a situation of you don't own anything and we'll be checking up to make sure you only have what we allow you to have. And we're taking more off of you all the time for the greater good. Now some people are saying that this is okay because the French already do something like it. As if that makes it okay to delve into people's private lives with no permission required from an accountable minister or from a judge using due process. And how will these civil servants choose which accounts to monitor? Those who receive government benefits? You know, like the state pensioners? Yes, the state pension is classified as a benefit, something that causes much heated debate. Is it right that those who receive state money in this manner be checked without warrant, just in case? Let's extend that to all those who receive state money, like the police, politicians and tax officials, for example. Let's have their bank accounts constantly monitored to make sure they are not dodgy. After all, those people wield considerable power over us, don't they? But we are, of course, meant to trust those people, aren't we? And if it does have a base in benefit fraud, then I have a better idea. Instead of checking after the event, why not assess benefits claims more thoroughly prior to handing public money over by the barrowful in such a manner that it encompasses many who are undeserving? Now, just a very quick intervention. Please like, subscribe and comment below and become a member of this channel to get extra content for less than the price of a pint in a London pub a month, by clicking on the join button or following the link in the descriptions box below on a desktop computer. Now, Big Brother banking schemes don't stop there. These civil servants will be given the power to get search and entry warrants and freeze bank accounts. After all, this is a massive expansion of powers out of law enforcement authorities like the police and into the hands of mid-ranking civil servants. And the government claims all this is within the scope of the ECHR. Well, I've got to say that this alone is enough proof that the ECHR has outlived its usefulness. All the people saying the ECHR is protecting our civil liberties should be screeching from the rooftops about this. If the state cannot deport a career criminal because of the ECHR, how can handing over such powers as these to the state be allowed by the ECHR? Surely the real truth is that it cannot. And if it is allowed by the ECHR, then we need to leave that rotten body. Anyway, how will a civil servant decide whose bank account to hack into? Will they see Richard Tice or Nigel Farage say something they don't like on YouTube and start their own investigation? And of course, such an investigation will raise warning flags in the banking system and possibly lead to extra work and cost for the banks. Something which led to the recent debanking scandals. Will all this recommence but on steroids? Or is that the intention? To heap the unpleasantness of the process is the punishment on those that the mid-level civil service mismanagement deem as worthy of receiving such treatment. And remember, the civil service is rammed full of the woke, something that they are indoctrinated and brainwashed into from day one. And if they do not comply, they are unlikely to reach the mid-level higher executive officer bracket where all this banking investigation will be made official. Now, we will of course be told that there will be safeguards in place to ensure only the right people will be chosen for banking investigations, and that only the right amount of money will ever be extracted from those accounts. Do you really believe that, after the post office sub-postmaster scandals, for example? And the fact that you can't get hold of a tax official to discuss your tax matters with, however long you stay waiting on the phone to talk to someone, even accountants can't get hold of them. And what happens when AI inevitably gets involved? But what gets me is this human rights angle. As I've said, the government considers these new upcoming laws to be compatible with the ECHR. But Article 8 of the ECHR, the infamous one referring to a family life, says, "Everyone has the right to respect for his private and family life, his home and his correspondence." And bank details are considered to come under this word of correspondence. And any interference with that right must supposedly be proportionate to the aim being pursued. Now, I'm no lawyer, but if this right to a family life can protect convicted criminals from things like deportation, then why does it not also protect people from what to me looks like a state-sanctioned fishing exercise? Since when has the state been given the powers to do such things? And if our political masters can get away with this assault on freedoms, where next? Random house raids, just in case. And now compare this to stop and search. Will these laws be executed along the same diversity lines? Finally, please like, subscribe and comment below, and a big shout out to our Patreon supporters, and thank you for watching.